Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as see me properly, please do let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as see me properly, please do let me know, guys. Most of the people haven't joined us up till this particular point of time, so we'll be waiting for 5 more minutes so that they are able to join us. Okay, good evening everyone, good evening. Today I'm going to answer most of the questions. Okay, like think of it as a Q&A session. I will try to answer as many questions as possible. Okay, as well as today we will be going through the entire roadmap for becoming a data analyst or a data scientist as a fresher, or getting internships in these fields, and how to get jobs in these fields as well. So all these questions, what is necessary, what needs to be done for both MNCs as well as startups, we will be discussing that. What are the different technologies that you need to learn when you're going into the field of data analyst or data scientist? These are some of the questions that we will be answering today, as well as after that I will be sitting around answering some other questions that I guess most of the students will be having related to this entire field itself. Okay, so do not worry about the same. One day I will even bring in Parag Mittal, who has previously interned with Microsoft and is an upcoming intern at Atlassian. I will also be bringing some of my other friends as well as colleagues from ShapeAI, from various who have previously interned as well as currently working as well in various different companies. For example, we will be having Vishal Jain from Oracle and many other companies as well, who will be able to properly answer some of the questions that you guys may be having. Okay. So can you make tutorial for data mining? Jiba, we are actually having a lot of different things planned for the entire year. Do not worry about the same. Data mining is a very small part of data analysis. I will be showing to you today what are the different important parts in that. So do not worry about the same. Just to recap, today we are going to learn about the entire roadmap for becoming a data analyst, data engineer, data scientist, machine learning engineer, as a fresher or even as an experienced professional as well. Okay, so how to get internships in these fields, how to get jobs in these fields, how to apply at various different positions. So that is what we are going to learn today. Okay, are you guys with me? Please do let me know. I will also be answering some of the questions that you guys are having at the end, so do not worry about the same as well. We will be answering your questions, Sachin. Do not worry. I'm just waiting for everyone to join and then we'll get started with these questions. Okay, Sachin? So let me first ask, how many of you have finished watching Money Heist or Lucifer? Do let me know. Or are planning to do so in the future? Or am I the only one who has completed watching both? Money Heist and Lucifer, like these are the best TV shows right now. Uh, you must see it, of course. Not like, of course, give priority to your studies, but yeah, it's great. Okay, okay, great. So many people are actually watching it. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so I think so most of the people are late, so we will start. Okay, we'll start with today's class. Again, just to recap, today we are going to discuss about the entire pathway. What are the different things that you need to learn, how to get jobs in, to become a data analyst, data scientist, data engineer, or machine learning engineer as well, how to get into different companies as a data analyst, as an intern, or a job opportunity as well. What are the different languages that are required, what are the extra things that are required, which technologies do you need to know, how to get into an MNC, how to get into a startup, what are the different things that these people focus upon. So all these things is what we will be discussing in our today's video. At the end, I will try to answer as many questions as possible. Okay, and in the future as well, I will try to bring up Parag Mittal, one of the people at ShapeAI, and other people as well from various different companies to come up to these live events and answer some of your questions as well. Okay, so let's get started right away, guys. Please let me know. Can I start right now? Do let me know, guys. Should I start right now? Okay, so let's get started right away. So, first of all, let's try to understand what are the different positions that are available for a fresher that is related to data science. Okay, let's try to first analyze that. So, there are various different positions that are available. First of us is software development engineer, SDE. Okay, so that is the SDE. Okay, that is the software development engineer, also known as SDE1. Okay, so this is the first and the most basic position that is available in this. So most of the companies that will be hiring even for data science or data analyst positions as well will be naming you as SDE, but will be giving you the work of a data analyst or a data scientist. This is just for the companies to prevent from over expenses on freshers. So because SDEs are usually paid a little bit less when compared to data when you are having a position of data analyst. So this is some tactics that the companies use, but at the end you will be doing work related to data analyst as well. So this is the first position that is available, software development engineer. The next position that is available for a fresher is data analyst. 90% of the time when you are going into data science, the position that will, as a fresher, the position that will be offered to you would be of a data analyst position in good MNCs as well as in startups as well. These type of people are majorly concerned with report generation, generating insights from data. So you have a lot of data that the company is producing every single day. Okay, these data needs to be analyzed. Where can we improve the entire like get more profits from the same? How can we improve the cost of the operations itself? What was our finances the last year? How we have improved? So all these insights from the data, you will have to take it out. Okay, knowledge. So you have raw data, you take out knowledge from the data, and this knowledge itself you format it in the format of reports and then give it to the concerned parties. For example, like you may have a single report for the CEO of a company. You may have reports, the same reports made in a different format for the stockholders of a company, and so on and so forth. So that is the responsibility of a data analyst. Next, a experienced data analyst gets promoted to a data scientist. A data scientist is majorly focused towards the science behind the data. The major technologies that you will be using as a data scientist would be data modeling. Okay, so that is basically creating different machine learning and deep learning models based on the type of data that has been provided to you. So it is like a data analyst having a lot of experience. So that becomes your data scientist. Next, you have your data engineer. A data engineer is a particular person. So now think about this in such a way. data, okay, is present in various different formats in various different places. You may have the same data on the internet, you may have the same data in a database, you may have the same data in form that you have circulated, a Google form, you may have the same data present behind an API. So data can be present at the same point of time in various different formats. So what you need to do is you need to extract data from all these locations. Okay, just like an ore, think of it as a mining ore. Okay, you have a mine, data may be present in the north side, so the core may be present at the north of the mine, it may be present at the south of the mine, east of the mine, west of the mine. You will take out all the ore from that particular mine, then you will go through a very filtering process to filter out the mud from the gold, and then you will take the left out portion of the gold and then process it further to get the final product and then store it somewhere in the brick format. Similarly, for your data as well, data is present at various different places itself. You take out the data from these places, you process the data, you convert the data, you transform the data into a very simple format. This is called as ETL transformation. And then you feed this entire collection of data from various different sources that have been processed right now in a common database. Okay, that is the job of a data engineer. Okay, so now these are all the positions that are usually offered to freshers. Okay, the next position that is there, that is only offered to a experienced person itself, this position will never be offered to a fresher, is the machine learning engineer. An MLE or a machine learning engineer is basically a person who knows full stack web development as well as data analysis. A machine learning engineer has to have experience in both full stack as well as data analysis. Only then he is getting the chance to become a machine learning engineer. These are the people that are majorly responsible for deploying the models made by the data analyst and the data scientist. So whatever, or the data engineer as well, whatever these three people make, okay, that is going on in the background of the company. It may be a recommendation engine, it may be an ETL service for getting data from various different sources to give you the recommendation at the end of the day. All these different things need to be deployed to the web. Okay, it needs to be deployed to the person who is going to use it, that is the end user. In that particular case, the machine learning engineer comes in. His duty is to integrate the model prepared by the data analyst, data scientist, or the data engineer and integrate it with the current architecture of the website itself. That is the backend and the front end of the website itself. So that is the responsibility of a machine learning engineer. Now, as a fresher, the three positions that you should target for is SDE. Okay, that will be made available in abundance at any point of time. Then data analyst, and then data scientist. These are the three positions that you should target for right now as a fresher or even as a little bit of experienced professional as well. In these three categories, the things, the stuff, the technologies that you have to learn is extremely common. Okay, there is no difference between what you have to learn for an SDE or what you have to learn for a data scientist or what you have to learn for a data analyst. The only difference is that there are two types of companies. The SDE stands for software development engineer. The first type of company is let's say an MNC. Okay, the first type of company is an MNC. You may take Microsoft, you may take FANG, okay. You may take any company, Atlassian, you may take Oracle, any company that you have heard the name of will be considered as an MNC. And the second type of company is a startup. Okay, the second type of company is a startup. You may take the example of ShapeAI. Okay, ShapeAI is a startup. Okay, there are various different startups that you will be able to see on a day-to-day basis. For example, Cred. Cred is a startup. You may take, so Zomato will be considered now as an MNC. Ola will be considered as an MNC right now. Your OYO will be considered as an MNC right now. Your White Hat Junior will be considered as a startup. Okay, and so on and so forth. So these are the two category of companies that are available right now in the world itself. Okay, the preparation for both these type of companies would be a little bit different. If I want to get placed, see, everybody knows how capable we are. Okay, in which thing will I be able to get success, and in which thing will I be failing at any point of time. The preparation strategy for an MNC and a startup is extremely different. Okay, so let's first talk about MNCs. Okay, let's first talk about MNCs. So for MNCs, if you're targeting to go towards an MNC, the first and the foremost thing, that is the most essential thing, is data structures and algorithms plus competitive programming. Without this, you will never be able to set foot in any MNC. If you want to get a job in any MNC, you have to learn data structures and algorithms and competitive programming. The language of choice, according to me, are just two: C++ and Java, and nothing else. If you want to get into a good MNC, there are only two languages that you should focus on. Okay, that is C++ or Java. You have that option. You can either go forward with C++ to learn the entire data structures and algorithms in C++, or the entire computer programming in C++ itself, or you can choose Java. Do not go forward with Python. Python is not something that you want to use for data structures, algorithms, or CP. Okay, according to me, according to my experience as well previously, these are the only two languages that are sufficient and more than important for data structure, algorithms, and CP. Why is that the case? I will tell you guys. Okay, so in a particular interview, they will just not ask you just data structures and algorithms or CP. Okay, they will ask you about languages as well. So they will be asking you questions related to OOPS. Okay, the second topic is OOPS. Okay, object oriented programming, and this is something that they will ask from only two languages, C++ and Java. So if you're doing data structures and algorithms as well as CP in C++ or Java, you will have a lot of practice in this language. How to write code in these languages, you will have a lot of practice on them. So whenever the interviewer is asking questions in OOPS related to either of these languages, you will easily be able to nail them. If you are doing DSA and CP in Python, then you will not be able to clear this entire round, because you will have no idea what to answer. Okay, for everyone, see, nowadays companies do not care whether you are from CSE or IT. Okay, I've seen students from EC, civil, chemical, even from ShapeAI. Okay, this time we have got almost 60 people placed in various different companies. We have people who have been placed in Microsoft, we have people who have been placed in Morgan Stanley, we have people who have been placed in Atlassian, we have people who have been placed in Deloitte, we have people who has been placed in TCS. So we have got students placed in all 40-60 students placed in various different companies, guys. So we actually know, we prepare them in all these different things. That's what I'm sharing it with you. No one will tell you these things because they themselves don't understand this. Why C++ and Java is important? Because if you don't do this, then this entire process, this entire part of the interview, you will not be able to clear. This is just like JEE Mains. When you're sitting for an MNC, when you're sitting for an exam at an MNC, it's just like JEE Mains. There's a defined syllabus. You have to learn from that itself. There's some set of questions. You have to complete that questions. To get into an MNC, you need to complete at least 500 questions. At least 500 data structures and algorithms and competitive programming questions needs to be completed in C++ or Java. I'm not talking that you have to do both the languages. Either one of them will do. Okay. Okay. So that is for DSA and CP. Next, coming to projects. Okay. The third point is projects. So first you have to complete DSA and CP, okay, in C++ or Java. Next you have to do projects. So for projects, you need to have at least 2 projects. Good projects. I'm not talking about like facial recognition or something like that. These projects do not count at all. These projects are something that even my brother from biology, if I'm giving him 5 minutes, he will be able to create. So that type of projects do not matter at all. If you are showing these type of projects, they will consider you to be a fool and nothing else. Project should be good, two good projects. If you are going for an analyst position, or you are going for a scientist position, or even an SDE, a good analytical project with a good report that you have created is more than sufficient. Okay, now I will be coming back to what you need to know for creating these two projects. I will be coming back to it, but let's now go forward with, because I will be telling you guys about the different technologies that you need to know, how you can create projects and everything. But these are the some, okay, some, I will be coming to the examples of the projects as well. I will show you guys some of the projects so that you guys are able to understand what type of projects I'm talking about, especially in data analytical field. I will also be showing you guys some projects in full stack web development which can be incorporated. So for full stack web development, even if you are having a single good project under your belt, that's more than sufficient. But in data analysis, as the projects are smaller in size, hence at least two projects are absolutely essential. I will be telling you guys the projects as well. Do not worry about the same. So that was for the projects. Next, let's look at a startup. Okay, so what about a startup itself? So startup do not care about your data structures and algorithm skills. Startups do not care about how well you are able to answer a question. They only care about one thing, that if I am paying someone for the data analysis portion, he should be excellent at it. They only look forward for your projects and your knowledge in the field of data analysis. You do not need data structures and algorithms. You do not need competitive programming. You do not need the fundamental knowledge of C++ or Java in it. They only care about one thing: data analysis. Are you great at it or not? That's the only thing that they care about. Getting into a startup is absolutely easier when considered in comparison to like an MNC. Okay, an MNC would be hiring like a data analyst more often rather than a startup. A startup will be hiring more from full stack web development. Students from our full stack web development program, we got them internships within the month of the program ended. So that's the main thing. There is a lot of demand in startups for full stack web development, whereas in MNCs there's a lot of demand for data analysis people. Okay, so keep that in mind. All the consulting firms, okay, whether you take Deloitte, PwC, then you take up let's say what is the name of that company? I'm forgetting. KPMG. All these companies will be looking for data analysis, and they hire like anything. Infosys, your your Accenture, your TCS will be hiring for data analysis up and down. Okay, whereas in startups they will be hiring for full stack web development. They really care about that. Some specialized startups, okay, that are focused upon, like for example Zomato or Swiggy or something like that, which are hardcore focused upon analysis portion itself, they will also be hiring for data analysts a lot. Okay, so let's try to see for startups. So for startups, the first thing that is needed is absolutely essential knowledge about data analysis, as well as great projects in that. You will need to have at least 10 projects, 10 great projects in data analysis to get qualified for a startup, for interviewing at a startup. So this is very important. Okay, see, one more thing. IT companies do not care if you are from BTech. They do not care if you are from MTech. They do not care if you are from CSC or civil or chemical. They don't care about it. Even us at ShapeAI, we got the one of the interns that was working. So Dev Kumar NM, he is one of the interns that was working at ShapeAI as a full stack developer, and he has not even passed 12th standard. Like, he was in 11th when we recruited him. So he was not from BTech. He hadn't even completed his graduation at all from 12th. So that's the point. We do not care. Only your skills matter at that point of time. If you have the necessary skills, if you are like great than a 40-year-old man who has like 20 years of experience, I will take you over him. Knowledge and experience is the two things that are absolutely essential for anyone. Okay? Absolutely essential. So let's look at what we need to do in data analysis. Okay, so I will show you the syllabus so that you guys can follow it. So I'm going to share you the syllabus of ShapeAI, what we follow. You can, if you don't like want to continue with ShapeAI, you can even like look at the syllabus and follow it line by line. Whatever I have written right over there, follow it line by line by heart. You will be able to get into a good company, that I can guarantee. Okay, so let's start off with data analysis. Okay, so the syllabus is right over here, as you are able to see. Let me just open up the syllabus. First of all, data structures and algorithms with C++. So we follow C++ right over here. So we will first teach you C++. So there's no prerequisites in the entire program. We first start with teaching C++ and then we move on to like data structures and algorithms in C++. You need to start off with the introduction, just understand the basics, what is like asymptotic notations, some of the common concepts that you need to understand at any point of time. Then you go forward with mathematics. So there are various different formulas that you need to learn and memorize as well. Then you go into bit manipulation, because everything happens in the binary format. So that is also something that is extremely important. Then recursion, arrays, searching, sorting, matrix, hashing, strings, linked list, stack, queues, GQ, trees, BST, heap, graph, greedy algorithms, backtracking, dynamic programming, trie, segment and binary index trees, disjoint sets. These are all the different topics that you need to cover in just data structures and algorithms. And while covering this, you will need to solve at least 10 questions of each topic given right over here. So what we do is at ShapeAI, we every day we provide the students with like 5 questions. Okay, we'll teach a particular topic. So for example, we have taught arrays today. So we will then give them 5 questions today. Okay, and then we'll say that tomorrow come back again. So having solved these 5 questions, the next day we will give them the solution, video solution for all those 5 questions. And then we will give them new 5 questions to practice, and so on and so forth. So that is how we improve the data structures and algorithms as well as the competitive programming side of the students. So that is absolutely essential. You can only excel at data structures and algorithms and CP via hard work. And the thing is, there's nothing, you cannot read a book, you cannot just read and memorize something and then go and give the exam. You can only practice. Data structures and algorithms and competitive programming is all about practice and nothing else. If you're not practicing it, you will never succeed at data structures and algorithms. Please remember that. Okay, even in competitive programming. The next thing that you need to start off with is Python. Okay, Python is extremely important, guys. If you don't learn Python, then like the next part of the entire data analyst or data scientist or even SDE will not be up to the mark for you. Okay, so first of all, in Python, you need to learn about data types and operators. You need to learn about control flow, scripting, object-oriented programming. So all these topics will cover the entire Python for you. Next, you need to go into data analysis. Okay, in data analysis, you need to learn NumPy and Pandas, Matplotlib and Seaborn for creating different visualizations and graphs. What is the exact data analytical process? Okay, so all these different things you need to understand in this particular module itself. Next, you need to go into statistics. If you're going into data analysis, so if you're analyzing something that is data, and if you don't know statistics, then it's just not for you. Statistics is the absolute essential thing in data analysis, guys. Okay, you need to learn about constructs, population versus sample, correlations versus causality, hypothesis testing, experimentation, visualizing data, central tendency, variability, standardizing, normal sample distribution, estimation, hypothesis testing, t-tests, and many more things that need to be learned. So these are the basic things. Okay, this is the base of statistics. If you don't know it, you're now no good as a data analyst, and this will be asked in interviews as well. Then you need to go to SQL. Okay, SQL is very important because you will be querying various different data sets at any point of time. So querying SQL is extremely important. Okay, so basic SQL, SQL joins, aggregations, subqueries, temporary tables, SQL cleaning window, window functions, all these different things will be asked to you in the format of DBMS in interview, database management system, relational database management system. RDBMS questions will be asked to you in your interviews, you will be given a data set, you will be asked to write SQL queries for the same. So this portion as well is extremely important. Okay. Next, you are having your data wrangling. So data wrangling is a small portion of data mining. Okay, so you to gather a data, to access a data, to test the data, to clean a data. Okay, working with tabular, CSV, Excel and JSON data, HTML, XML, web scraping, all these different parts are a small part of your data mining. So someone had previously asked me about data mining. So this is the first part of the data mining, and second part is report generation to get knowledge from data. So that you will be doing using machine learning and data analysis process itself. So the entire data mining is also covered right over here. Next, you go into machine learning. So in machine learning, there are almost 17 to 18 algorithms. Right over here, we cover every single one of them. Every algorithm we cover in 3 different formats. First of all, we tell you about the algorithm. We give you examples so that you understand what the algorithm is. Second, we then help you to code it from scratch using just Python so that you have an understanding of how the algorithm works technically. You have the knowledge about the algorithm, the technical knowledge about the algorithm, and then we have a small project in which you will implement that algorithm right over there to understand how it works. So every 18 algorithms we will be covering like this, so that everyone has the absolute essential information about every single algorithm. It is absolutely essential that you know all these algorithms, otherwise there is no point of becoming a data analyst. Next is deep learning. So deep learning, I don't need to explain it to you how important it is, because it's extremely important for anyone who is planning to go into data analysis, because it's the next gen thing. So artificial neural networks, convolutional neural networks, recurrent neural networks, self-organizing maps, Bowman's machine, autoencoders and GANs, NLP, natural language processing. So all these different deep learning algorithms and how to implement them using a project as an example, that is what you need to do. Okay, because now you have, at the end of the entire program, you have almost 23 projects or 25 projects that you can show it to anyone. Now that creates an extremely good portfolio for you, especially if you want to go for an MNC, because you have covered both data structures, algorithms and competitive programming as well as projects, and for a startup as well, because you have a many number of projects under your belt. Now coming to projects. Okay, coming to projects, these are some of the projects that we do right over here. So for example, market basket optimization, malls customer segmentation. We have a Facebook project as well. So we take up various different Facebook ads and we analyze them to predict which type of customers should we target. Okay, we target audience of these ads should be by analyzing the ads itself. Top 50 startup revenue, predict employee salary, music generation to generate music, YouTube sentiment analysis, so analyzing the different comments in a YouTube video to analyze these sentiments. Then we come up to the better projects right now. So for example, language translator, so that we will be creating a Google Translate. Then we will be creating your own chatbot, so that is NLP. Then you will be creating your Alexa sign language. So you make the signs right over here and you will be able to talk to Alexa without using your voice. Then you are having your own, you given a picture and it will convert it into an emoji. Wine quality test project. Then we come to projects that we have taken from various different companies. So we have a project from Amazon. So IMDb, for those who don't know, is part of Amazon itself. So we have an SQL query IMDb dataset project in which you will be using SQL to query the entire database of IMDb. Then we have an Uber data analysis project. So we have taken up dataset from Uber and you will be creating reports on the basis of that. Then we have a Google Play project in which we have taken up the entire data from Google and you will be creating analytics as well as predictions on the basis of those projects itself. Then we have a Walmart project in which you'll be taking, so these data sets are something that these companies are actually working with. Okay, so you will be working on the same data set that a particular person who is working at Walmart is actually working on. So that is something that is of extreme importance, because this gives you an upper hand over the rest of the people who are just making facial prediction type of stuff, because these type of things can be made in 5 minutes itself. Whereas analyzing Walmart store data, it takes almost 3 to 4 days just to analyze those data as well. music website, and then secret message and take a break. So these are all the 3 Python based project that you will be starting off with. So these are the various things that are extremely important, guys. Without this, you won't be able to get into a good MNC or a startup. These are something that you have to go into. Okay. Any questions that anyone is having, I will try to answer some of those questions. Please let me know, guys. Should we learn all type of dev in college, or should we focus on any one kind of dev? You should always focus on only one thing. Okay, so data structures and algorithms and competitive programming, as well as one development thing. That's it. Only these 2 things you need to focus upon and nothing else. Actually, yes, this is an internship training and internship that we are offering right now. No, this does not apply for only Indians. We have people from Sri Lanka, we have people from Spain, we have people from Africa, we have people from US, we have people from UK, we have people from UAE. So it applies for everyone. Okay. No, so all these programs, whatever, so anytime ShapeAI organizes anything, whether it be the training and internship programs or the boot camps as well, we have no prerequisites whatsoever. You will be learning everything from scratch, and it's a live program. So this is not pre-recorded. People from Goldman Sachs, Amazon, Porsche, TensorFlow, Morgan Stanley, McKinsey and Company, these will be the people who will be teaching you live in the class. So that is one of the best things. So the timings is like in the evening itself after 7, 2 hours of live classes and then 2 hours of live doubts. So you'll be sitting there with the instructor and you can ask the doubts to the instructor on Zoom directly. So that is how we do it. It's like 5 to 6 days a week. And if you're going further with, like, let's say full stack development, so there are another instructors right over there. So there are people from American Express, then we have Google, Summer of Code, Sony, Oracle. So these are all the companies that are there. Yes, you can do data science with MCA as well. One more thing, the batches is actually going to start from tomorrow itself. As you're able to see, there are just 6 hours left. If someone wants to enroll in these training and internship program, there is just 6 hours left for enrolling. So you can of course enroll in it. Is Infosys under a startup? No, Infosys is not under a startup. After this course, can ShapeAI guarantee us an internship or something somewhere? The entire program itself is an internship. You do not have to worry about the same. At the end of it, you will get a letter of recommendation as well as an internship completion certificate. And students who will be performing well will be referred to at various companies for getting them placed. Like I said, almost 60 people from the previous batch have been placed in various different companies. Okay, but this is like a course, not an internship. This is a training, an industrial training as well as an internship. Okay. How to become a Python full stack developer? I will suggest you to focus upon full stack web development in MERN stack and not in Python. Python full stack developers are not something that are too in demand in the industry. You should focus upon the MERN stack, that is MongoDB, React.js, Node.js and Express. Okay. Okay. What do you think? Is it worth it? Tell us your thoughts only. See, there are 2 type of people in this world that I personally feel. So one of the people who are able to do everything on their own. Okay, those type of people do not need any kind of guidance. Those type of people will always do good in their life. But not everyone is as dedicated as they are. These are the people who go into IITs and IITs and all this kind of stuff. They are dedicated from their own end. Me, I wasn't, so I always needed a guidance because I don't know what to do right now. I needed someone from who has already cleared these companies, who is able to guide me on a daily basis so that I may also able to achieve my dream of getting into a good company, and that was given to me by my seniors. Not everyone is as lucky to be in a good college or have good seniors who are able to help them on a daily basis, and that is the reason why we started ShapeAI. We brought in people from various different companies, and these are the people, only these are the people who will be teaching you live every single day. These are like your mentors. They will be teaching you, they will be mentoring you, they will be guiding you, and they will be helping you out as well. So yeah, that's the thing. We have 3 programs right now. One of them is the cybersecurity training and internship program taken up by Harshakshit from Google. We have full stack web development training and internship program. As you're able to see the instructors right over here, there are some more instructors that we haven't added the name of, but also every single instructor is from some company or another. And then the data scientist training and internship program. Okay, the fees is so I will be circulating so on the website itself it's 5,500, but as you guys are a part of the bootcamp, so everyone gets like 500 rupees off. That is something that we always do. So we will be circulating the link on all the WhatsApp groups as well as the Telegram channels where you can get the discount as well. And yeah, sure, you can join, but the main thing is that the cost will be 5,000 rupees. It will be including everything: the live classes, the doubt sessions, the data structures and algorithms, computer programming, everything. If you are going anywhere else, it will usually cost you more than 30,000 itself. We have our costs low because we don't take any money from this. We only like connect the teachers to the students. That's the only thing that ShapeAI does. Okay, so that's why we are able to keep it as low as possible. Okay, what's GSOC? Will it be useful in placement? Yes. Now there are 2 things. Okay, I'm talking about Google Summer of Code. And like Girl Script Summer of Code is not something that anyone would want. Okay, only Google Summer of Code is something that is important. If you guys have that particular branding of Google Summer of Code, it is considered as a proper internship at a good company. So it has a lot of experience behind it. So Google Summer of Code is extremely important, guys. Yes, you will be given lifetime access to the class recordings as well. So all the classes are live, but we also record them so that anywhere in the future, if you want to refer to them, the recordings will always be available to you. Yes, students can also attend the program. Do not worry about the same. I'm not. Okay. Is there any batch coming after this? The next batch, I guess, is on 1st of October. And currently the next batch is going to start from tomorrow itself. So like if someone wants to join, they can join today because in 6 hours it will be closed, and then the next batch will be starting from 1st of October itself. Okay. I don't have a degree. Do you think this course will give me a job when completed? Like I said, I have a student who is in 11th standard, and he has been given an internship of 35,000 rupees at ShapeAI. So he has got a stipend of 35,000 rupees per month at ShapeAI itself. And there are various different students. So it only depends upon how much effort you are putting in. So if you're not putting in any efforts, if you're not learning anything, you're skipping off classes, not doing anything, then God will also not be able to help you. But if you're putting in the efforts, then of course there will always be one way or another in which you will be able to do amazing stuff. Okay. Shall we do OOPS using Python? No, because the instructors, so OOPS in various different languages differ slightly. There are various different things that are incorporated into these languages. OOPS in Python, in C++ and Java is the most closest together. So these type of questions will be asked more in interviews. Okay. Okay. Can you tell me how to build resume to Wipro for freshers? In resume, do not put up your pictures. Do not put try to keep up like all your projects, how many projects you have done, what are the experience that you are having. Put that, and that should be the main focus. Okay, do not put unnecessary stuff. Do not put any stuff that you don't know, because they will be asking questions from that. If you are putting up JavaScript and you don't know anything about JavaScript, you will be there will be consequences that you will have to face. Be very truthful in your resumes. Is there someone who got internship outside ShapeAI? Like I said, almost 60 people have got internships outside ShapeAI as well. Of course, you can see our graduates right over here. We have people who have been placed in Reliance, Nutanix, SourceFuge, Douchebank, Walmart, ShapeAI again, ZS Associate, Barclays, Microsoft. We will be adding more people right now on this particular page itself, we have sent up our forms as well. So do not worry, in the next 1 month we will be adding almost 60 people right over here. Okay. Can we put bootcamp project in as a resume? See, bootcamp projects are really very small. These are just to get you a taste of the technology itself. It's not something that you can put on your resume, but get knowledge from. Okay. Like I said, we provide referrals to the students who are doing good. So that is basically recommendation at various different companies as well. Okay. You can surely join Whisper Nanu. Okay. There is no problem in that. Can a BSc computer science fresher get a good job in company like TCS, Infosys, Wipro as a data scientist, data analyst, or SDE? Sachin, these companies usually take up people as SDE or consultants, okay, technological consultants. So yes, you will be easily able to get into these companies. Okay, these companies do not see whether you are from BSc or MSc. Okay, do not worry about the same. Okay. The last date to enroll is 6 hours from now, like I said, because the batch is going to start from the let's say 10th of September, and today is 9th, so there is like 6 hours left. Is there any free courses? So the entire bootcamp itself is free. Any bootcamp that you are attending anywhere right now or in the future is free, so do not worry about the same. How to choose project for final year? Choose a project that for example, that has a little bit of web development as well as a little bit of data science. These type of projects will be extremely good for you, but you of course need to know that like before making the project itself. Okay. Will there be any course or bootcamp in RPA or cloud technology like Salesforce, Azure, or AWS in the future? Maybe in the future, Vidya, but not right now. Right now, we only have 3 programs: cybersecurity, full stack web development, and data scientist. Okay. Is there any bootcamps for robotics? Not right now, but in the future, we'll surely have the same. Some good programming languages for electronics and communication engineering students. Go forward with Python for right now, just for, and C++. These will be the 2 languages that will be extremely good for you. Which language is good for a project? C++ or Java? Java is better for projects, whereas C++ I feel is better for data structures and algorithms and competitive programming. For MS in machine learning, which programming language should we learn before joining? So you should, again, for MS in as well, you should be able to be like both in data structures and algorithms as well as Python. These are the 2 things that you need to be very thorough in. Okay, how to learn Python? So for learning just Python, you can follow our Python programming course as well. That is free on the our GitHub account. Okay, let me just open that up for you. So if you go to our GitHub account, let me check. Yeah, this is it, I guess. So the thing is Python for data science. This is one of the repositories that we are having at ShapeAI. You can go right over here and you can start learning data, especially like the entire Python programming from right over here. We have made it in extremely detailed notes where you will be able to learn everything along with some assignments as well. These are the things that we are using in our training program as well, so you can get a glimpse of how the entire notes and everything will be given to you, so you can see it from right over here itself. Okay. See, one of the best thing is the entire training and internship program is of 3 months, and you will be trained live every single day by a person from an MNC, and that is something that you will never get at anywhere. Okay, like you can even check it. For example, coding ninjas. Let us check that. If some of you are familiar with the same, you may have seen some of the ads. So Coding Ninjas is one of the startups that is doing well in the edtech space as well, especially in like these type of places. So if we take up data science and machine learning right over here, let's take up data science and machine learning. This is not live, this is pre-recorded. So that is one of the demerits for the same. This is not live, this is pre-recorded itself. So you get the data structures and algorithms as well as machine learning, deep learning and everything for 40,000. That is the cost right over here, 40,000, and that is what you will have to pay at anywhere if you're going. and the person who will be teaching you is also not from any company, is a student itself. So these type of things happen a lot, so that is what I want to change. I want to get like people affordable education, and that too of the best quality. That is my aim as of this particular point of time, which I felt is not being provided at colleges or at different training institutes as well. Okay. MS in data science or machine learning or AI, what do you think is better for starters? Depends upon what you are able to get. Because MS from, if you're going for MS from a 30 college, then it's of no use. If you're going from MS from a very good Ivy League college, then you had to get like that quality of marks. So, and every college does not offer all the three subjects. Usually it will be just one. So first qualify and then you can ask. Okay. uh, does ShapeAI provide only training rather than internship rather than training? Currently, we only provide training and internships both together itself. Because we don't know whether people know the stuff or not. So we train them first of all in all the different technologies, so that in the future they are able to do something on their own as well. Okay, so machine learning or cloud computing? Machine learning, of course. As I am a data analyst, so I will also always select that itself. Okay, should we learn Python from books or just online course is enough? See, again and again, I'm telling programming, any type of programming is all about practice. You can never learn it from books. If you're learning it from books, either you're a geek or and you will never be able to become a good developer, and no company is going to take up a geek and leave out developers itself. So always practice everything. There's nothing written in books. Okay, is statistics in the data scientist program? Yes, statistics is there in the data scientist program. I've already, all the syllabus that I was talking about is the entire syllabus, and the projects as well is something that is done in the entire data scientist training and internship program. So which college is best for MCA with data science? I have no clue in that, but I will surely let you know whenever I have some knowledge about MCA. Okay, web development or machine learning? Web development. Is it good to make your project as OS for final year using C or C++? No, it's never a good thing to have an OS as a project, because even 9th standard students make OS using YouTube. So like that's a really bad project for final year. So should I learn both programming languages, C++ and Java? No, that is an absolute mess that you're going to get yourself into, Sohail. Should only choose between C++ and Java. Only one of the languages is, and the second language should be your development language. That can be Python or JavaScript. This bootcamp certificates will be provided or not, sir? This bootcamp certificate, I've already told you, the people who will be having 100% attendance will be given the ShapeAI certificate. Those will be having 100% attendance as well as the correct project submitted. They will be having the Google Developer Group certificate. Okay. BE, ECE. So BE is of course a very great field. Okay, but core is not getting any jobs right now in ECE or in civil or in chemical due to the entire COVID situation. There are literally no jobs in these fields. At the end, you will be able to recognize that you will be sitting for IT companies itself. So start preparing for the same. Okay. So the project made in this bootcamp will be able to help getting internship in third year? No, these are just bootcamps. These bootcamps are to introduce you to the technology itself. It's not in depth. These are just bootcamps to introduce you to the concepts and the technologies. Okay. How can we choose projects to mention in the resume? There's nothing that you need to choose. You have to first create the projects, and then depending upon the project that you have created, whatever the best project that you understand, you put it up on your resume. Okay, does the training and internship is available for the next ML and Python bootcamp also? Sure, like if you want, like it's always available. Like I said, the next batch is going to start from tomorrow, that is 10th of September. So if anyone wants to get into it, they can surely. And the next batch is going to start from the 1st of October. Okay, will you show us project in this bootcamp? Yes, there will be a small project at the end in this bootcamp as well. Again, please give us examples of good projects. As you are able to see down below, all these are examples of good projects itself. You can all go through the same. Which programming language is useful for mechanical engineers? I'm saying again and again, if you're going for mechanical engineering, there is no programming language that you're going to use as a mechanical engineer. You're going to work with motors and everything. Okay, so if you're going into core, it's totally good for you, but you need to understand that in core the number of jobs are less. Okay, like if there is a batch of 120 students, only 10 students will get placed from the entire batch. If you are from a good college, from in NITs and IITs, this is the situation right now in core. Okay, whereas 60-70 students from that mechanical itself will get placed as a SDE or as a consultant in an IT firm itself. This is the scenario for CSC, IT and core branches. So that's why I'm telling you guys, this is my suggestion: start preparing for IT fields. Okay. I'm a third year student. Will I get selected as a data analyst as if I start my prep now? See, you are never late, but start immediately and start with full force. Only then you will have, you will be able to succeed in that. Okay. Okay, so I think so that should be it for today. I will keep this entire session small. Tomorrow we'll get started with our pandas. Okay, and we'll continue from right over there itself, NumPy and pandas. It was great talking to you guys. Remember that you can achieve anything if you set your mind to it. Okay, you just have to have the persistence of continuously doing the same thing. Okay, otherwise you will not be able to succeed. And for those who are from who are from core itself, I suggest you start working on your Python programming, on your data structures and algorithms, and get a job in IT. There are no jobs right now in core, like very less number of jobs. So keep that in mind. You can even talk to your seniors, see how many of them have been placed in the core branches and how many of them have been placed in the IT and CSE. Just talk to them. You will be able to understand what is the current scenario right now. So that is totally up to you. Those who want to join the entire training and internship program, they can surely join it. It will be great meeting you guys right over there. Thank you so much. It was great to talk to you, and we will meet tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much guys. Thank you.